Welcome to the map Anorian in BFME1 on patch 2.22 in an epic 2v2 matchup in a replay commentary between the Rohan player Moose, his ally at the top right, the Mordor player Farad, their opponents, the dark green Isengard player Iguana, and his ally at the bottom left is the Gondor player Minya. So we have Gondor and Isengard versus Mordor and Rohan. All four factions are included. The battle of the four armies. Two farm opening for Rohan, of course, into the Hobbit Merry, and he's going to try to pass through the bottom side, but the soldiers are here to defend. In a 1v1 situation, of course, the soldiers are stronger, but if the Rohan player can manage to turn it into a 2v1 situation, Rohan should come ahead. Beautiful heal just in the right time. With the heal, they might come ahead and they might even get level 2 out of this situation. The reason being for this is they started fighting before the second peasant arrived, but it's going to be close nonetheless. You don't want to give him to the level 2 though, that's super important. Just wait for the other peasant to arrive and then you should be able to take the fight. In the meantime, the counter push coming from the Isengard player. I like the way he decided to defend himself with one soldier, otherwise he would be losing both the farms outside super easily. And he used the second soldier in the Hobbit to defend his ally's mill, and basically let his ally move forward to deal structural damage. But also Rohan player was able to defend. Rohan's early game is insanely strong, by the way. It's super easy for you to defend, because you can recruit additional peasants from the farms and turn every fight in your favor number-wise. It's gonna be a super early stable with only 2 farms inside and 1 farm outside. So it's gonna be super expensive, 540 for each Rohirrim you want to recruit. The stable from Gondor is coming up a bit later. The reason being for this is I think he was cash floating first of all. And of course the second reason is the Gondor stable is just more expensive compared to the stable of Rohan. The Mordor has a very strong economy though. He has 3 lumber mills, 3 slaughterhouses inside the base. He's going to go for the slaughterhouse number 4. Only 1 orc pit. Might try to go for early troll cage. What you could do in this situation is you can go for a troll cage after filling up your base here and here. You can go for a troll cage, get only 1 troll to defend yourself, and then you can go and try to take the middle control. But also Isengard did play without the barracks for a very long time. Doesn't want to go. He went for the lords, has a full base, and has now also the Uruk pit. I mean, also he is super rich. So evil faction players are wealthier compared to the good faction players in this game for sure. But it's about to be changed very soon. Is the troll cage going to be built up eventually? 3 lumber mills mean also you will get in total 15% wood bonus. So your troll cage and everything you build inside is going to be cheaper. If he can cloak his hobbit here, it's going to be legendary, but I think it's going to be difficult because the knights have discovered him just in the right time. Rohirrim are marching forward. Eye of Sauron is weaker, so if ever you want to fight against war-chanted enemy knights of Gondor with your Eye of Sauron, you will lose. But remember, Mordor can always use the land and be good to go. Oh my god, close actually. The creep in the middle should be taken by Rohan in my opinion, because the land is going to make those units stronger. I mean, of course, Gondor could try to go for the cover, but he doesn't have the power points yet. He's gonna fight for this though. He's gonna use the heal. Even with heal, it's gonna be difficult because the land just provides a lot of additional leadership, and he was forced to cover this indeed. So now Rohan will use his own heal. Oh my god, beautiful. Beautiful actually. He can still win this. That's a very bad situation for the Gondor Isengard team. Very bad situation actually. He just doesn't want to let it go, you know? Maybe we can steal at least the treasure or something. I think the creep cannot... Like, you can, of course, but it's super difficult. But he got, I think, 1 part of the treasure. I'm not sure, though. But all of this ringing around the rosy situation is going to help Mordor the most. Mordor is going to just grow rich. And very soon, it's going to be nearly impossible for the Gondor player to ever touch any of these lumber mills from his opponent, which will basically mean Mordor is going to be growing even richer. He will get the chance to recruit drummer trolls eventually very soon, but later on also he can go for a Witch King to provide a lot of support for his allies, Rohirrim warriors. This is almost level 3. So I think Lurtz was able to creep in the meantime. He got level 3 out of this situation. He should be good to go because he has Carnage. So Carnage will also prevent him from getting knocked down. Oh, beautiful catch. And now the Carnage duration is gone. But the troll is dying actually because he was trampling into so many pikemen over and over again. He got killed out of this. And Lurtz might be just good to go. One more troll. Like, this is really bad because you sacrifice so many trolls of yours and each of them costs over 900 resources. So it's not great. The pikeman saved the day. And also Lurtz got, thanks to the 2 trolls he just killed from his opponent, even closer to his level 5. Which, by the way, is going to help Isengard Gondor team a lot. Because if there is one weakness in that combo, it has to be the lack of damage leadership. And this weakness is about to be eliminated. Because he's super close to unlock the Wide Hand ability, the passive leadership. Which is pretty awesome. But Mordor is rich nonetheless. So Mordor should have a lot of resources. Actually, he does not have a lot of resources. Don't ask me why. Isengard seems to be wealthier. But he just got the power points for the industry. He should use it maybe on his ally. What you can do is, the communication is super important. You can say your ally, ping this farm. Say, you know what, buy Grand Harvest on this one. So you get 20% more value. And once the Grand Harvest is about to be finished in 20 seconds, you basically pump out the industry on the buffed farm from your ally. And he will get so much resources. Isengard is playing for the long term. So basically not going for the armory yet. He want to go for Saruman. It's a bit more safe way when you don't feel secure about the current situation, if you should move for a push or not, because it's like a gamba. So if you go for a big push with Lurtz and like 3-4 combos and he has a lot of trolls, the chance that you might lose is actually like 50-50. With Saruman on your side, it will be way more difficult for Mordor, even with a lot of trolls to commit, because there is a Worm Tongue potential that his trolls might be stolen. Like, this push not gonna do anything. The most important part in those situations is that you don't want to charge over the pikemen when they're in the porcupine formation. But he was able to finally destroy one of the lumbermills. As you can see, they have not been destroyed for a long time. They are both level 2. But this one is about to go down. The troll cage is level 3, faster production speed for the mountain trolls. Ooh, bad. He's not paying attention to this knights. He will lose a whole battalion, unfortunately. Plenty of pikemen, but we have Saruman of many colors. And the key ability in the situation is, of course, the Worm Tongue. You know, this is the ability to go. His other abilities, which are based on damage, are not super effective in those situations. Oh my god, he missed it. That's so bad. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can't get away. This is the daddy of the trolls. You know, when it comes to use the Worm Tongue, it's all about like mind games, you know? Like, you want to use it because your opponent also knows he's a good player. He knows that you can use this. So he will try to kind of trick you into using it. So you want to play mind games with him. You know, you don't want to charge and use it for no reason unless they get super close to you and you know, now I have to use it, otherwise I will be dying. So that's a very good situation. What Mordor and Rohan need to do exactly right now is just commit to the Gondor bees with the trolls, break the part of the wall, and then just go inside. Like, these are the key moments of the game, right? So you basically kill a very highly skilled hero, high valuable hero like Saruman or Gandalf. This is your time for you to shine. This is your time for you to just fully commit. These 2 crossbowmen without fire arrows on top of the fortress or on top of the wall are no threat for you whatsoever. They will tickle you. They don't deal proper damage. So he needs to revive his Saruman. It's gonna take you 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And this period of time was the right time for the enemy team, the Mordor Rohan team, to shine. But they don't properly use this for their own advantage. So Rohan is also going for the late game situation. Fire arrows purchased. so might start to pump out some of the Rohirrim Archer. Theoden is going to be the next hero on the list, so easiest leadership you can ever get. And Mordor will have, as we are talking, the Witch King joining the battlefield. The leader of the Nine. And of course, this will prevent the enemy knights to go in randomly. The pikemen will just feed a lot of power points to Mordor, PowerPoint wise. This is the land from Gondor and Isengard team. So it can help the enemy team a lot. Because of the land he was going for, he has not the power points yet for the white. And the land has been used. Don't cover this. So all of these spots, that's a good move, I think. All of these spots can be used later on to counteract with the enemy freezing rain. Without the white, which he still needs a quarter for, he cannot even use the Easterly Light. So Easterly Light is only available once you unlock the Gain of the White ability. Because of the land, he couldn't get there. So look at this cooldown, 1 minute and 20 seconds. 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So these are very long cooldowns, because also his cooldowns are going to be halved in two once he has turned him into Gain of the White. So these combos, they look weak on the paper. They are super strong in reality. Because of the Drummer Troll, Theoden, plus the Witch King, they have 140% damage output. They have 150% armor. And he just used the Fireball on the enemy orcs. That's super random. Two combos. Again, the game breaking point. Two wizards. And lords. The trolls should never charge in, because the fight is going to favor you, and he missed once again the Worm Tongue ability. Trolls are charging in, they want to find the enemy heroes. Gandalf finally turned into white, but his ability, say it, is on cooldown, so his land is on cooldown. And I think without the land you can't even one-shot them, but you might get one-shotted yourself. He is healed. At some point he needs to potentially commit. The heroes are leveling up like crazy. Every tower they destroyed. Look, Theoden is leveling up thanks to the combat experience he's receiving by sharing some of these experiences. Gandalf needs to be careful. You can just not sit there and use Easter Light when there are 5 trolls on your face. Trolls are face tanking everything though, and there comes the rain. Now is for you the time to retreat. You don't want to overcommit. Witch King is getting bullied, and now it's time for Gandalf to shine. The Knights of Gondor are trampling into the upgrade, into the non-leadership combos of enemy Rohan, and they've been wiping out everything. The freezing rain, the OG counter to the leadership system of Mordor. I don't know how many heroes died from Isengard. It looks like none of them actually died. Both Lurtz and Saruman are alive. And Gandalf also has been saved. The Drummer Trolls are about to go down. The Knights are dealing a lot of damage to them. Gandalf got level 6 out of this fight. Did Theoden die actually? Yeah, he died too. Level 3. Industry, going to be super helpful. Look how much resources you will get through this level 3 farm. And he also gave 2 of his farms to his allies, so he's getting a lot of resources. Now he's gonna turn into, start to get some Elven Warriors. What I would like to do is just to get a bit more Rohirrim, you know, like 2-3 Rohirrim with upgrades, so you basically can charge into these non-combos. Or you can keep forcing your opponent to make this pikeman crossbowman combo, right? Which are weak against elves, but good against Rohirrim. But if you stop making Rohirrim, you can just get away with making normal combos. That's basically what I'm talking about. But he also went for Boromir, and I like that move, right? Boromir is going to follow this, and there is a chance he might get level 4 out of this battle, so he will share experience slowly but surely. And then he will also give 60% additional damage to the combos of his ally. So with Lurtz together plus Warchant, we are talking about decent numbers in which you can eventually end up one-shotting the enemy Witch King, Theoden, Drummer Trolls, even Trolls can be one-shotted through this. So Rein's duration is over. Now leadership is back on the menu, boys. He has one Rohirrim level 6. Theoden is back on the menu. He still needs a whole level. And he has only 2 Elven warriors. There comes the Roar ability. But as long as they keep running, they will get away from the Drummer and miss a lot of their leadership bonuses. Drummer is the most valuable leadership here. The Worm Tongue is on cooldown from Saruman. He's getting bullied. And the Rohirrim should keep chasing the enemy Wizard. Oh, that's super important. But Witch King is gonna do this job indeed. No. He just healed his ally Saruman. I like this. Don't commit. Oh, he also healed his ally Witch King. I think Witch King could get potentially away from that situation. And the trolls don't want to overchase. Here, instead of going for the enemy Isengard base, you could always swap the target and go for the enemy Gondor base. Or what Rohan could do if he has the resources for this, could buy the middle camp. Because what counters also Rein is the well. So when you buy the middle camp, the good thing about that situation would be that the land from your opponent is super close to your middle camp. So if they ever commit and use Rein, you can just retreat, step on this land, then move back again, you will get your leadership back, you know? Well, good touch, good touch. Draw your sword. Oh my god, he got actually trampled big time. Rohirrim summon from Gondor too. He's committing on the level 3 enemy troll cage. So if he can destroy this. But he has still 2 drummers, so that trample. And Gondor couldn't achieve too much, but Isengard reinforcements are coming. So remember, this is the new land from Gondor. So Isengard also went for his own land. Plus, in about 20 seconds from now, his freezing rain ability will be available for the second time. Mordor is still kind of rich, 2.3k. Maybe you want to start making some catapults or maybe Mumikios. And Rohan should also grow rich thanks to this level 3 farms, but he still needs to pump out more and more elves, of course. Because he's only 3 elves, so quantity is also important. The more you have, the better it is, of course. But the elves are going to be super threatening once you have them some, you know, you level them up a little bit. Rein has been used. Land will be used now, will be potentially caught by Isengard. Ooh, beautiful shot. Also, Isengard has no leadership right now. He will commit. Fireball is going to miss because he was too far away. Oh, he's face tanking this for whatever reason. You have no leadership with your elves, you know. You should be retreating and using this land. Even some ballista are coming from Isengard. In reality, Mordor should be the faction that starts getting some siege weapons. Without leadership, it's very difficult. Beautiful trample into the enemy Elven lines. Dealt good amount of damage because it didn't. And Gandalf striking the Mordor airline with the light of the Istari. And what a great game actually. Back and forth game. Couple of mistakes of course, which led into this very situation of ours. Which of course is, in my opinion, more fun. It's easy to talk when you don't play. But if you play, you have to pay so much attention to every single detail that you can make mistakes. All of these players are super nice players, good players. But I think the Rohan player should get a bit more use of the enemy lands, you know? He didn't. Like there is so much potential. You see like 2 lands here. He never used them. PowerPoint wise, Rohan has 4. 2 power points away from the ends. Minia, the Gondor player, has 5. 1 power point away from the Eagles. Isengard has 6 power points. 14 away from his Balrog. And Farad, the Mordor player, has 9 power points. 11 and a quarter away from his own Balrog. One other thing the right side team could have done is to commit on the Gondor base for once. Oh my goodness. Drop it. That's what you want to do, right? Because there are two players, and most of the time people always tend to attack one single player over and over again. But if you open the potential to attack the second player, you don't have to attack, but you open the potential, so you threaten, and your enemy doesn't know who is he gonna go for. It's going to open a wider area of potential strategies. Aragorn. My name is Aragorn, the king of Arathorn. Look his damage. Kaboom, boom, 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 boom. But it's not over. As Moose, the Rohan player, has been defeated. Trolls have been cleaning up a lot of stuff though, actually. And I believe he got a lot of power points through them. The eagles are coming though because of his ally being dead. He has nothing anymore that can shoot and deal with the eagles. Remember, the only one who was able to do this was the Witch King, and also he got killed. 13 power points collected. And now the 2v1 situation cannot be won from that perspective. And that's the reason why I thought it's gonna leave the game. And GG, well played. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like to this video, subscribe to not miss future uploads on this channel. I will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.